quick series on what to expect in various aspects of the new expansion, kicking off with how gearing will work on expansion launch. Swift side note re required gear to obtain now to ensure smooth access into Dawntrail's content. The first item level requirement of Dawntrail will come via the first dungeon, which will hit at level 91 via the MSQ. The item level needed to enter is always 10 above the last dungeon of the previous expansion, so given Lunar Subterrane was item level 620, the first dungeon of Dawntrail will require item level 630. Though, in getting up to date with the current MSQ, a key requirement to accessing Dawntrail, you would have needed to obtain at least item level 625 gear to enter the patch 6.4 trial against Zeromus. So just a slight bump from there and you'll get to where you need to be. Moving on to Dawntrail. First up, the leveling dungeons will quickly boost you up to where Endwalker left off if you're a bit behind, with the level 93 dungeon dropping equivalents to the current top high level 660 gear. And by the time you get to the level 99 dungeon, you'll be dropping item level 678 gear. At endgame, the first gear you'll be able to obtain will be your artifact gear, tailored to each individual job. This will be item level 690, with the weapon and all left side pieces likely being handed over to you for free. Item level 690 accessories will then be available from each of the 3 level 90 dungeons which will get on release. Stepping it up a notch, there will then be a new gear set via a new second tier tome, including weapon, gear and accessories. And by second tier tome, I mean the new one taking the slot of our current causality, aka the one which has no weekly lockout which you can farm to your heart's content. This gear will be item level 700, and will be what most keen beans will be farming a full set of if they finish the MSQ within the first couple of weeks. Noting that the 2 extreme trials added on release will have an item level requirement of 690, so this tome gear is a great option to boost item level rather than trying to farm the dungeons for accessories. Talking of those 2 extreme trials, these will give us our final gear boost of 7.0. One of the trials will drop a lovely item level 710 weapon, and the second EX trial will drop item level 710 accessories. So, upon release, the peak average item level will be 705, a mix of left side tome gear and the extreme trial weapon and accessories. In the weeks post the launch of Dawntrail, we'll get patch 6.01, which will add the 4 new normal mode raids. These will drop the tokens to exchange for item level 710 gear and accessories, plus the usual weapon token, which, after saving up over several weeks, will be exchangeable for an item level 720 weapon. I'm avoiding a specific date here on purpose, as despite the normal raids reliably dropping 2 weeks after the official expansion launch in the past, I've seen multiple comments post the JP FanFest read the normal raids coming 1 month after expansion launch this time around. If anyone could link to a dev source on this in the comments, I'd really appreciate it, as I missed this detail during the FanFest and still can't find anything specific in the translations. Noting that as usual, these will be subject to a weekly lockout, meaning you can only get 1 token per raid per week. Then, 1 or 2 weeks later, usually 2, we'll get patch 6.05 with a big dump of gear. This patch will not only bring the Savage raids, this time offering item level 730 gear and a 735 weapon, but also the premium tone, the one with the weekly lockout and related gear, which will be item level 720 upgraded to item level 730. Then, last but not least, this is usually where we'll also get the new crafted battle gear, which will be item level 710. To note, the schedule in this vid is based on all prior expansion launches which have been consistent, but there is always the outside chance that Square Enix mix things up a bit. For example, given recent changes to Savage content launches, i.e. separating them from the release of the new crafted and tome gear by a week in 6.4, I wouldn't be surprised if the crafted gear and top tome gear is released earlier than 6.05, potentially in 6.01 alongside the normal raids. Additionally, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Yoshi P's recent comments on improving rewards in Dawntrail. Please Speculate away in the comments if you think otherwise, but I strongly believe that the gear model on launch will be the same as usual, so I'd recommend not getting too carried away with theories. I feel confident that any new routes for gear or rewards will be reserved for content added in later major patches. All done. Look out for the next in the series on currencies, including which to stock up on ahead of time. And as usual, like and subscribe to complete the duty.